At Canberra Girls Grammar School, we have approximately 800 students in Year 7 to 12. We are a non-selective school, and so we have students of all abilities. We also have a small but significant proportion of students who come from non-English speaking backgrounds.
This illustration of practice was filmed in a Year 8 science class. In this lesson, the students are gathering resources to produce a poster on multicellular organisms. The teacher, Tamsin Oliver, plans the task and activities to cater for a range of learners. This includes adjustments for students for whom English is an additional language, those with a disability, and the gifted and talented.
So the unit that we're working on currently in Year 8 Science is to do with human body systems. In order to design this lesson for today, I went along to the Australian curriculum content descriptors. So specifically, I was looking under biological sciences at multicellular organisms, which contain systems of organs carrying out specialised functions. Now, under the elaborations for that, we have the need to identify the organs and the overall function of a system, as well as describing the structure of each organ in a system. So I modified those a little bit in that for my support students, I'm requiring them to only look at one connection for one system, whereas for my extension students, I want them to see connections between multiple systems. And for my extension students as well, I also brought in the elaboration to examine the specialised cells and tissues involved inside of the system. One thing you might want to consider is this extension 1 here, include on your poster the specialised cells, because there's lots of different specialised white blood cells and things like that for your immune systems. Yeah, exactly. So for the extension work that I have planned for this lesson, it is about constructing deeper meaning between our concepts. So the students we have currently are very, very capable and very engaged, but they do tend to rush work and find that their meaning of done and well is to do it the fastest they possibly can. And that's not really what we're looking for anymore. So the purpose of this task is to be able to get them to discriminate between those different shades of meaning and to really construct knowledge outside of what is immediately in front of them.
I knew that there were white blood cells in the circulatory system, so that's one way that they linked.
Yeah.
But I was surprised to find out that they linked to a few others.
Yeah.
Things like the digestive system and the respiratory system.
Tamsin has differentiated the one task to meet the needs of all learners and set them high expectations. She has provided ways of ensuring gifted and talented students can be extended using content elaborations as a guide. For students with additional language needs, she uses the literacy general capability. Students develop scientific vocabulary and use language features and graphic representations appropriate for this task.
Which system did you guys pick? So what are the 2 words that form a part of that, do you reckon?
Muscle and skeleton.
Oh, you guys are all over this. What I want you to do now is I want you to come up with a list of different types of words that you think you're going to research first. Okay. So for my support students in the class, it was fantastic to see them building their understanding of the learning area vocabulary. And specifically, they went along to their glossary and looking up online to use that subject specifically vocabulary where they were reading, and we'll be discussing and writing next lesson the learning area topics, in this case, the musculoskeletal system. So I guess what we want to do next time then is we're going to take a look at maybe some of these terms and break down what they mean. So when my students come to presenting, I also expect there to be differentiation between our extension and our support students. So for my support students, I really want them to focus on the language to present that key point. What exactly have they found out, and can they convey that back to a class? For my extension students, I want to see in their presentation, not only do they understand what the body system is, but also how those interrelationships happen. So how does this information connect back to what we have learnt? How might it contribute to our society as a whole?
Akara would like to thank the teachers and students at Canberra Girls Grammar School for their contribution to this illustration of practice.